Right guys, I think we are live. Let me know if you can hear me, see me, how you are, what you've been up to, and we can get started. Of course, you know why we're here this evening. Past life regression, very excited. With the lovely Paul Goddard. Okay, well, on that note, without further ado, I'm not going to hog the entire live this evening like I normally do. Let's bring in Paul. So Paul Goddard is a hypnotist, regressionist, many other things. Here he is. Good evening. Paul, how are you?
Good, I'm very excited to do this live with you, and thank you for asking me, and thank you to everyone who's watching at this moment. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Good. Well, I'm trusting you not to have me running around the room pretending I'm catching butterflies or other bizarre things. I think that's a very different thing, isn't it, to what you do? I know when people hear the word hypnotist, they think of stage hypnotism. Just explain that to us if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't worry, I won't get you, because usually cluck like chickens, people usually say, and I promise that I won't do that to you at the early stage of the hypnosis anyway.
Oh, right, okay.
No, I'm joking. I won't do that at all. Yeah, so you've got your clinical hypnotherapy, which is what I am, and I do past life regressions in with that. Some people have it for healing, and other people are just interested. I have taken a stage hypnosis course, which is where people get on the stage and they're barking like dogs, running around thinking that they're policemen and robbers, etc. But it wasn't something I ever really wanted to do. But because people asked me questions about stage hypnotism, I thought it's always good to know more. So that's why I took the training in it. But it was fun at the time.
I bet it was. There is something, I imagine, quite nice about that. You're obviously very responsible for people and you have to take care of them, but it's also that thing of, you know, and I click my fingers and you will do this or think this. So yeah, well, people are commenting, asking me if I'm nervous. Yes and no. I've had past life regression once before, obviously not live. It was very prolonged. It took about 2.5 hours, but to me it felt like 20 minutes. Do you find that people often say that, Paul, that it doesn't feel as long for them as maybe it is?
Absolutely, and the only way they know how long they've been in hypnosis is if I've given them a cup of tea or coffee to drink beforehand, and then they realise and drink it and it's completely and utterly stone cold. But time, people have no real perception of time when they're in hypnosis, so some people often think I've only been under 5 minutes and I've been doing work with them for about an hour, so it's very amazing what happens to people, the unconscious mind and the trance.
It is fascinating, isn't it? Like you say, the unconscious mind, because of course we don't actually know, do we, what the majority of our mind, of our brain can do. And so the information that's potentially stored in there is quite mind-blowing, no pun intended, but it is, isn't it?
It's brilliant as well for recovering memories in this life. I'm always very careful with what memories I help people to recover, because with hypnosis, although it can recover hidden memories, sometimes people fill in the gaps as well. So you get into some dodgy territory sometimes when you're doing something that people might want to have for a court case, which I've had people ask me beforehand, but I always say it really is best not to do that. It's best to just see somebody like a psychologist for those type of reasons if they're at all worried.
Okay, this is a good question from Julie McKinnon. After regression, do any memories remain with you which weren't in your conscious memory before the regression? So presumably you do kind of take on board and remember everything.
You do. There's something called trance amnesia when somebody comes out of hypnosis, that quite often it's like when waking from a dream you start to forget things. Always like to throw in at the end what you remember from this session, you remember with crystal clear clarity to help people remember. But sometimes as well you add in that amnesia on purpose, because when you're working with the unconscious mind you want the information to stay in the unconscious mind. So if you've got somebody that's trying to unravel everything that you've done, they're slightly unpicking what you've done, so it's best that they kind of forget it. I'm a bit more sneaky than just say you will forget this, but you implant suggestions that they may not remember everything in the session.
Ooh, it's exciting. I'm going to switch over, guys. I'm moving to a different seat. I'm just going to move across to a more comfortable chair, so bear with me while I switch the cameras, and then it's pretty much over to Paul. I will leave you in his hands. And me. Right, let's change the cameras over.
Very good. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On 3 and only 3, the door will open. And you'll be pleased and delighted with what you can see in that past life. You'll be looking out of your own body, out of your own eyes. Just allow your subconscious mind to come up with your past life. Everything can be checked out later. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, the door opens to your past life. And let me know what you can see, sense, or feel through that door.
I'm outside.
Very good. So outside, just now see that door or experience it closing behind you. And describe to me what you can see more of as you're outside.
I'm high up on it's a very high hill or mountain, and it's quite cold.
Okay. Just be aware now of what sort of clothes, and maybe as you glance down at your legs, so you can let me know how you're dressed.
My skirt, I've got a long skirt, it's very rough, heavy, woolen, or something like wool.
Very good. And do you feel male or female in this life?
Female.
Female. On the next count of 3, the name of what they call you in this life will come into your mind. 1, 2, 3. What do they call you?
Ada.
Ada. Okay, Ada. Now, Ada, on the next count of 3, the year will come into your mind of what year it is. 1, 2, 3. What year is it?
1720.
Wonderful. And now in 1720, allow where you are in the world to come into your mind, and that happens now. Where in the world are you?
I'm in Scotland.
Wonderful. And in Scotland, where you are right now, just describe to me what else you're aware of as you look in from this viewpoint. What else are you aware of?
The wind, it's cold, but I've got a blanket or a shawl or something around my shoulders. My feet hurt.
Okay. And why do your feet hurt?
I've walked a long way.
Okay. And let me know why you've walked a long way. Why have you walked a long way?
I think I always walk.
Always walk. Okay. And now allow your surname to come into your mind. What is your surname? Allow that to happen now.
I don't know. That begins with a C. Cros. Not Crosby. Something like that.
Very good. It may come out a bit more clearer later. On the next count of 3, how old do you feel you are right now? Will come into your mind. 1, 2, 3. How old are you?
30.
30.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, staying with this lifetime, I want you to go to, at this age, where you spend your nights, where you rest your head. Allow that to happen now, where you sleep at night, and describe it to me.
It's small, bare floors, but it's nice, it's simple. It's a house, it's small.
And are you aware of anyone else that lives with you in this small house?
No.
No. Okay. said Scotland. We'll just see now on the next count of 3. We get a village, a town, an area where you live in Scotland on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Whereabouts in Scotland do you feel you live?
I'm on Skye.
Skye. It's very nice. Now, at this time of being at the age of 30, what do you do mostly with your days? How do you fill your days? What do you do?
I'm outside a lot. I think I gather things and then I wash, clean the house, wash the table.
Excellent. And describe some of these things that you gather when you're out.
I like the heather best. The purple is good.
So you say the purple is good. What do you do with the heather when you collect it?
I think I give it to people. I think
Very
I
nice.
bring it home and I clean it on my big table.
That's good. And what sort of people do you give this heather to?
Everyone.
That's good. Now, staying with this lifetime, I want you to go to a moment where you're looking at yourself in some sort of reflection, so you can describe to me how you look. Allow that to happen now. Time when you're looking at yourself, and describe to me how you look.
I've got dark hair, very pale, and green eyes.
That's nice. Staying with this lifetime, next count of 3. We'll go back to your earliest memory within this lifetime. 1, 2, 3. Earliest memory.
Throwing stones with my brother in the stream.
That's nice. And describe your brother to me.
It's Jack. He's small.
And do you feel he's younger or older than you?
He's younger than me.
Okay. How old is Jack?
Jack's 7.
And how old are you at this moment in time?
12.
12. That's nice. And now describe this stream so we can picture what it looks like.
It's coming down the mountainside and there are pebbles and rocks and there's not much water, it's just a trickle. But we like to watch the small pebbles go along.
Sounds very nice. And tell me now at this age of 12 where you live at this moment and where, if there's anybody else with you, who you're with at this moment.
I can't see anyone.
Okay. Now, staying with this lifetime at the age of 12, you now to move to your home, so you can just let me know how your home looks like at this point. Allow that to happen now, your home at the age of 12 in this lifetime.
It's very pretty, small. It's perfectly symmetrical, the door's in the middle and there's a window on each side and a window on each side upstairs as well. But it's very remote. There's no other houses.
Okay. Now you mentioned your brother Jack. Within the house you aware of anybody else now?
Yeah, Mum.
Mum.
Ma.
And now, staying with this lifetime, I want you to go to that point when you're with Ma. Allow it to happen now, a time when you're with Ma. And let me know how she looks.
She's like me, but her hair is tied back. She's wearing dark colour and an apron. But her face is really kind, but she looks tired.
Do you know why she looks tired?
I think she just works hard.
And now your Ma's name. What's your Ma's name?
Janet.
Janet. That's lovely. Now, staying with this lifetime, we'll just move further forward a few years to being at the age of 15. That happens now, you're at the age of 15. And let me know what you're doing now.
I'm walking down the stairs. I can hear people talking. I think we've got visitors, but I don't know who.
Okay. So just now allow a little bit of time to pass so that you're then later aware, if you are aware of who these visitors are. And just allow that to happen now and tell me about it.
They're two men and they work with my father.
Wonderful. And what does your father do for work?
He's a shepherd.
Very good. And why have these two men come today?
I think there's a problem. I think they've lost sheep, or sheep have been killed. Something's happened.
Okay. Just allow that to become a little clearer now of what is being discussed. And let me know if it's sheep have been lost, or if they've been killed, or if it's both. What is it?
There's a gap. There's a gap in the fence and 3 sheep have gone. And my dad's really angry because they're expensive. They're our money.
Now, just let me know what your dad's name is, your father's name. What's his name?
Mick.
Mick. Very nice. And now I'd like you to go to a time when you're with your dad, your father, Mick. That happens now. And describe to me how your dad looks.
He's very strong. Big hands. He's fixing a basket.
That's good. And now, you mentioned the brother Jack, and you mentioned your ma and your dad. Is it just the 4 of you, or are you aware of anyone else?
It's just us 4.
Very nice. Staying with this lifetime, I want you now to move further forward in time. Further forward to you being at the age of 20. That happens now. At the age of 20. Describe to me what you're doing at the age of 20.
I'm supposed to get married.
Okay. And who are you supposed to get married to?
Peter.
Peter.
He's missing.
I'm sorry to hear that. How long has Peter been missing?
3 months.
3 months. And was there anything surrounding why he went missing, or is it a mystery?
I think he wanted to make more money. He went to the sea. He went to the sea.
Okay. So he went to the sea. We'll come back to that a little later. But now I just want you to go back a little bit in time to the moment when you first met Peter in this lifetime. that happens now. Time when you first met Peter. And describe that encounter to me.
We're in the town and I'm walking with a basket going home. And he's with another young boy, his brother. And we just said, passed each other and said hello. And then I think he called me back. So we just chatted.
That's nice. And describe Peter to me. How does he look?
Tall, quite a lot taller than me, with fair hair, very handsome.
And his brother, who he's with. Describe his brother.
He looks really scruffy. He's young, much younger. Looks cheeky.
And did Peter give you a name of the brother?
It's Daniel, I think.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Now, just allow Peter's surname to come into your mind now. What's Peter's surname?
Crook.
Okay, good. So it's Crook.
Yeah.
Now, staying with this lifetime, we'll just move further forward to later on with Peter and going missing. Just to at the point where it's maybe a little later on, and just to see whether in this lifetime you've got any news. Allow that to happen now. And describe that to me, what's happening.
They haven't found him, but they think the ship went down and that he was probably on it, and 4 others.
I'm sorry to hear that. Did Peter describe to you the sort of work that he would be doing on the ship? No. Did he let you know a name of the ship?
Charlotte.
Very good. Now, staying with this lifetime, move further forward in time again. Further forward to being at the age of 35. That happens now. You're at the age of 35. And let me know what you're doing in your 35th year.
I'm stood on the top of the hill again, and I think I'll walk up here because I'm looking out to the sea.
Okay. And do you have any contact through Peter's brother in this moment?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry you still look out to sea. And this hill, this space where you look out to at sky, do you know the name of the hill or mountainside that this is?
No. But I want to say something like Barrack or Brannock. Barrack or Brannock, something.
That's good. If it comes to you later, let me know. Staying with this lifetime, we'll move further forward. She'll be in at the age of 40, and that happens now, your age of 40. And describe to me what you're doing in your 40th year.
I'm looking after Ma.
Okay. And let me know what you do to look after Ma.
She's in bed. I've made some broth. It's very watery for her to drink.
And what's the matter with her now?
It's her lungs, I think. She can't breathe very well.
I'm sorry to hear that. And has this been happening long? How long has it been happening for?
Yeah, a while. A year.
Yeah, okay. Now, before we move on any further from 40, you now to go to your happiest memory in this lifetime. That happens now. Your happiest memory. Let me know what that happiest memory is.
I'm running around with Jack playing.
That's nice. And where are you running at this moment?
I'm just outside the house.
It's good. Is there anything you're playing at the moment?
He's throwing grass over me. Yeah, and I'm running away.
That's good. And I just want to know in where you are now, if this house that you live in, whether it has a name or a number to it. Does it have a name or a number, this house?
Gachi. Gachi. I think Gachi.
Archie. That's good. Now, staying with this lifetime, we'll just then now move further forward. Further forward to a bit further in time. To you being at the age of 42. Now at the age of 42. And tell me what's happening now at the age of 42.
I'm on my own in the house.
I'm sorry to hear that. What happened to your mum?
She passed 6 months ago. And
I am sorry.
Dad went long before that.
Hey. How long ago did your dad pass on?
5 years.
5 years. Okay. And what's wrong with your father when he passed?
He had a heart attack.
I am sorry. Now, staying with this lifetime, let's just move further forward to your 50s now. Staying with this lifetime. That happens now at your 50s. And tell me about your 50th year.
Still on my own.
Okay. And how do you now spend your days?
Knitting and keeping warm. Not much walking. Some walking, not as much.
And what do you knit?
Blankets.
That's good. And are these blankets for anyone particular, or who do you knit the blankets for?
I take them down to town and I think they go to the hospital. Oh, they're for the babies. I take them
That's
to the
good.
babies.
So let's now move to a time when you're walking through the town. And just describe to me now what the town looks like. What you wear when you're in the town.
It's all of the buildings are white and quite small. Lots of people, lots of noise.
And you mentioned sky. Do you feel that's where you are now?
Yeah.
Are there any particular buildings or shops that really stand out to you in your memory whilst you're in town?
There's the home for the sick. It's the biggest building, I think.
And describe this big building, the home for the sick. How does it look?
A very grand doorway with two pillars and a black door, double doors, and gold knocker on the door, but only rich people go there.
Okay. And does this big building, does it have a name? You aware of the name of this building?
Fife House.
Fife House. Very good. Now, staying with this lifetime, let's move further forward in time. Further forward, so at the age of 60. Allow that to happen now. You're at the age of 60. Describe that to me.
I feel very old.
You're very old. And what are you doing now?
I'm sitting on this step of my house, looking out at the purple heather that I used to pick.
And let me know how that feels to you, sitting on the step looking out.
I'm really sad.
I'm sorry. And how are you aware of what you dress now in your 60th year, how are you dressed?
I don't look much different. I think they're the same clothes. I've got a dark brown woolen skirt, and something around my shoulders, a shawl, blanket.
Staying with this lifetime. We'll move further forward in time to you being at the age of 65. That happens now. 65. Tell me about 65th year.
I can't see anything. I don't think there is a 65th year.
Now, again, staying with this lifetime, I want you to go to your very last year within this lifetime. That happens now. It's your very last year. Where are you and how old are you?
I'm 62 and I'm at home.
You're at home at 62. And what are you doing at home?
I'm in bed with the window open, exactly how Ma was.
Hey. When you say exactly how Ma is that conditions or just the same position in bed?
It's the same, in the same bed, in the same room, looking out the same window.
Staying with this lifetime, I want you now to go to your very last day in this lifetime. Go to your very last day now. And let me know what's happening in your very last day.
There is a robin on the window ledge looking at me. I'm just in bed.
It's nice you got a robin. Now, on the next count of 3, it'll be your very last 10 seconds within this lifetime. And when you get to your last 10 seconds, I'll be counting backwards. 0 will be your moment of passing. And just interrupt if you're getting any sensations, feelings, or what you're seeing in this moment. So I'm counting to 0. Now go to your very last 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3. It's your very last 10 seconds. And what's happening? Just let me know what you're aware of in your last 10 seconds.
I can't breathe very well, but the room, I can't really see the room.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Just passed over. Tell me what you're aware of now. You've just passed over.
I'm looking at my house from above, and the robin is still on the window.
And how does it feel now as you look at your house and see that robin?
I think I'm quite pleased to leave, but I don't know what will happen now.
Just allow yourself to move further forward in this life after life, just a little bit. And just let me know what's happening now. You just moved a little bit further in time.
I see Peter.
That's good. Allow yourself to have this moment unfold. And how does it feel to be reunited with or see Peter at this moment?
Yeah, really good.
It's good. And just allow the awareness to come to you now of how Peter passed. How did he pass?
He drowned at sea.
He did drown at sea. If I can get you to look back over this entire lifetime, is there a message from your higher self, your subconscious mind, that you wish to give yourself now?
Don't be so sad sometimes.
And if it's appropriate, you can take that message from your higher self with you to other lives. In a moment, I'm going to take you back to that corridor you first started from. On the count of 3, you will be there, and the door to this past life and other past lives will be closed. And you will remember this whole session with crystal clear clarity. But allow yourself to go now to that corridor you started from. 1, 2, 3. In that corridor now, where you started from. And just let me know that you're there.
Yeah, I'm there.
Very good. In a moment, I'm going to awaken you from this nice, deep, relaxed state. On 3 and only 3, your eyes will be open. And again, remembering everything throughout this lifetime with crystal clear clarity. When you awaken, you'll feel refreshed, alert, calm, reinforcing every single positive thought you have ever had about yourself. Alright, so on 3 and only 3, 1, becoming aware of your hand resting on the side of your head. 2 small movements in your body signaling that it'll soon be time to awaken. On 3, eyes open, alert, refreshed, and ready for the rest of the evening.
Oh gosh.
Well done, Jayne. Is there anything that you were aware of in that session that comes to you now after you're out of it?
Yeah. Weirdly, I've always had. It's so strange because I always say to my husband, we love Scotland, and whenever we go there and whenever I leave, I cry in the car.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's okay, you can take a moment.
But I don't really know why. Well, I know why now, maybe, but yeah, I always felt that if I'd ever lived before, that it would be there. So, yeah, that's very strange.
That's good. It sometimes helps as well after finishing this session if you drink some water or something like a non-stimulus herb tea or something like that. You probably know that anyway, but it's always good to just do that. It seems quite nice, but if you need to have any healing from that session, because it can be us sitting in silence for a while, I'm happy to do that with you after we finish live, should you feel you need to have it at all.
Okay, yeah. It's really interesting. I was very aware of, well, I was sort of aware. I wasn't aware of my body at all. I was aware of my face, like my facial expressions. I knew that at points I was smiling, and I knew at points I was feeling quite emotional and tearful. So I was aware of things like that, but not really the rest of me. So
yes,
yeah, wow. Thank you so much. It's fascinating.
Welcome.
I'm going to just check that everyone's still with us because I've no idea. Let me have a quick look, guys. Let's see. Oh dear. Wow, honestly, for those of you who are still here, let me have a look. Wow, yeah, loads of you. Honestly, have this done if you get the opportunity. It's just fascinating. Makes total sense to me, actually, that does. Right, I'll flip back from this camera. I'm going to sit back at my desk so that I'm with Paul and with you guys as well. So just give me 2 ticks and I'll do that. You forget, I totally forgot that anyone was watching.
Oh, right.
That's the funny thing. So I suddenly looked at the laptop. As soon as I opened my eyes, I looked at the laptop and I thought, oh, is anyone still here? What's going on?
Yes.
Yeah, gosh. The as soon as I walked through that door, it almost felt like I was home, and I was quite emotional straight away because it was like I knew I'd be here, kind of a feeling like, yes, I'm home. So yeah, that just makes it. I really want to look at Ada, try and find out some stuff.
And please let me know, what information comes after, because it's always nice when I've done this to anybody that they then contact me after and says, I've this and this tallied, so it'd be interesting. I'll have a look as well. Yeah,
send me, I can remember, funnily enough, actually, I didn't think I'd remember everything, so I was going to ask you to send me what I said, but I can remember everything.
Yes.
Peter, Janet, Mick, Jack, my brother. The word I said for the house. Geishi? I'm going to have to look that up.
It was something like that, yeah.
Geishi. Wow. Yeah. So, yeah, Ada in Scotland. I definitely need to find out about Ada. I couldn't get the surname.
No, you got close to it, so... Yeah, it'd be interesting as well if you get the other family names as well, the surname close to it, like your ma, as you said, and your dad and the brother. That will certainly help tally it up.
Yeah, that would be really... I'll definitely let you know. I'm going to do some digging. I'm going to hit ancestry.com and start having a look. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Paul. That's brilliant. I've just seen a comment here. Sam Colley. There is a ship, Jayne, called Charlotte Dundas. Was in Scotland. Dates are a bit off. Was in Scotland. Ooh. Oh, that's it. I'm going to get Googling now. Right, guys, thank you all for watching. Support us. Stay where you are. I'm going to be straight back with you and we'll have a little chat about all of this, and I want to discuss it more with you, lovely supporters, so we'll do that. And yeah, just thank you, Paul, so much. Head over to his YouTube channel and website, and yeah, I think I'll be back to explore that a little bit further. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome, and thank you. Right,
guys, enjoy your evening. That's it for us from here for now, my regression that I'm now going to process. But like I say, supporters, stay where you are. As always, we'll have a little bit of an extra chat after this live over in your supporter section. For those of you who are interested in being a supporter, just click the link in the description and you can get straight over onto the supporter group. What a life, what an experience. I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.